videos I made last year, I found some kind of hashtag optimizer thing. Did you look at any of those?
Mm-hmm.
For you did?
Oh yeah, I looked at. Yeah, I've got a couple of resources I've been building in the background that definitely was helpful. TubeBuddy is like the ultimate thing to use, um, and I should show you our background, our default, our upload defaults. Is it gonna? All right, I see that we're live. See the thumbnail? The thumbnail's good. All right, it's showing my desktop Infinite Saga. So that's good. Now if I just go back to us here, all right, we should be live here. Give it 25, 35 seconds here. Come on. Yes, we are so live from my point of view, which means, Brian, you're huge, but your full name is showing. So,
What's that?
but your full name is showing. It's okay. All the
My
influencers,
full name is Sean.
yeah, on my screen. Uh, but that's okay. I mean, eventually the influencers' full names get known anyway, right? On my screen, it shows my face.
What's it look?
On your phone, you should just go to our channel and pull up. Yeah, just pull up our channel, and that's what it looks like. I'm like, so the way you look on your screen, that's how I look in the bottom right hand corner. So I look huge on your screen. Well, you look huge on my screen. I'm the one streaming, so. Oh,
there's one watching us. That must be you.
Yep. And then that's gonna go up to 2.
And then now there's gonna be 2. There's a live chat.
Yeah. So what's cool is like there were like 40 total viewerships on my last live. So it'll get up there. People are.
Oh yeah.
In the United States, people are staying up late trying to be like, oh man, I longed into Bitcoin at 44,900 and I can't go to sleep until I see it go back up. So, beers and Bitcoin, guys, we are live. Scion Algo trades. We are drinking the beers.
Let's introduce our beers.
Yep. All right.
So I'm a huge fan of the Stone Brewing Company. So I have the Stone Fear Movie Lions.
Looks like
8.5% alcohol ABV. It's a hazy double IPA. It's one of my favorites. I strongly recommend it.
Okay, so it says FML on the front of your can. That's definitely not one of those. It tastes so bad or it's so strong you're gonna be like, oh, FML. No?
Not at all. It's a craft beer, and it's huge out in California. I believe it's Escondido is where the brewery is. I want to go there sometime.
Oh man! All right, folks. Californians tuning in, I bet they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I know that beer." It's probably everywhere over there.
Yeah.
See, and I got the Sam Adams leftover stock of Oktoberfest. I'm here, the last one. Not a reason to drink it. Beers and Bitcoin.
Beers and Bitcoin. We'll do our virtual toast.
Yes. Clink. Oh my gosh. Oh man. So, alrighty. Right now, are you in any trades at the moment?
Yeah, so at the moment we have a live trade going. We entered Well, I guess let's preface this with we had a short trade that we entered, and unfortunately, we got stopped out because Bitcoin is extremely bullish right now. And we re-entered the short trade. I'm not sure what you re-entered it as, Chris. I think a little higher than me. I didn't jump back in until 44,543. It's currently up 0.5%.
Uh-huh.
I do want to say this, that Bitcoin is just uber bullish right now. And my working hypothesis is that it's closely correlated to the stock market, as you and I have kind of discussed. Now, most of the time it follows it, but sometimes it decouples from the correlation. Right now, it's strongly correlated, though. Again,
and I really fought, like when you mean like me, like never fight, but like I really fought with you on the whole correlation with the stock market for quite a bit. And I was like, no, it's just the chart. It's just the chart. And then there were some TA things that went wrong for me that went with the stock market. And that happened enough times lately to where either I could be biased or I could be like, this has been 10 times in a row that whenever I was wrong, it went with the stock market. So that's a statistical correlation that I needed to just drop it and look at it. And I finally, I really do. That really, it was good of you to just keep pointing that out. So
I finally got through to you.
Yes, yeah. I mean, and I say that because everybody who's ever going to watch this, 95% of the viewers are emotional traders in some way. They either chase price and they're always behind, or they hold a trade too long and they get greedy and they get stopped out. Last night, like you said, it went volatile and it dipped down, at least on the Kraken exchange, it dipped down to a wick touch of 43,600. I got greedy overnight, and before I fell asleep, I set a take profit for 1.25% at just under 43,500. When if I just set it for the 1% take profit, like I've been advising our subscribers to do,
you sure have been.
I would have woke up to a nice 1% gain, and seeing it begin its moon course for the day. So, yeah, our alert was right. It just depends on what degree of greed you expect for yourself. And my degree of greed was just a little bit greater than what I should have. And I think overnight, I tend to set the dream levels, and that was enough times to where I should probably just set the 1% levels overnight so that I don't get stopped out. I can get those 1% grabs, because it's really, I don't know about you, but I dream of the 5% move. I dream of the 12% move, but all the moves have been take profits of 1 to 1.25% on really good leverage.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, if you do the math, you figured it out before. If you're taking 1.25% gains on 5x leverage, how long does it take to double your money?
To double your money, less than 1 month. If you 1.25% grab one time per day on average, in 1 month's time, you will 6.5x your bag. So I think it'll take about 10 days to 2 weeks to double your money. But that's the thing about compound interest. It's an exponential graph instead of a straight line. So in those last 2 weeks, you'll go from doubling yourself to 6.5xing yourself. And that's just crazy to think about.
And I want to just add, so everybody knows, that this is something that by following our trade signals, you definitely can have some success. Our clients, and including ourselves, from February until the middle of March, we at least doubled our accounts. At least. On your baby account that you're doing a challenge on, you said you tripled it. And it all depends on how greedy you are, or how risk averse you are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And as you and like anyone watching, I didn't just tell our subscribers. I posted the pictures in our free Facebook group. Like there's evidence. I have all the screenshots of all the trades. And so I started with this was the $10 challenge. The $10 challenge. I mean, to anyone wondering, can I make any money with $10? Obviously not with buying and holding, unless you pick the right um uh you pick, unless you pick the right lottery coin, the lottery altcoin. like yeah, that went from February 20th in our free Facebook group, from $10 all the way up to $33.76 by March 20th. And so, and that was, and obviously I didn't 6.5x the bag. I more than tripled the bag there. And that was with the baby account. That was by being ultra conservative and only taking the alerts on the baby account. So and as you know, Brian, you and I, we like to experiment a little bit, and we tend to pay admission.
Yeah, we tend to pay high tuition costs.
Yes, it's like I'm not gonna lie, I've taken some in between trades, and it's almost like I'm ready to swipe, and I'm like, this is probably a bad idea. but
Yep. As you and I were talking amongst ourselves, you almost need to set up an account just for the algo trades.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the trades influenced by the artificial intelligence, to protect yourself from bad decisions like what we're talking about. Just trade on top of trade that the algo didn't necessarily recommend, but because either A, we got greedy, or B, we were bored, or C, we just wanted to see what would happen.
Thank you. And that's the key right there. I want everyone to hear this. You are an emotional trader if you trade because you're bored. Okay? Boredom is an emotion. It feels void of an emotion, but that is emotional trading. Oh man. Like and the thing that talks me into it every time, Brian, is it's like, oh, it just needs to move 1%. And I know it's totally going to reject off of this point here. I totally know it's going to reject off of this point, but then the rejection off the rejection, it gets smaller and smaller moves over a longer period of time. So, you start to feel cocky that you grab the 1% and then you grab the 1% the other direction. And then you're like, oh, I know the key level next. And I did. I texted it to our subscribers, 44,082. and look, it bounced off of that big time. That's the biggest one after the 45,000 one. And but that's still, that took a long time to get up to 44.6, and we're talking about only a 1.5% move. So if you're trying to be all nimble and cocky, it's not going to be. I remember the ultra volatile days last summer. I felt like you could grab 1.5% in a half an hour at any time of the day.
No question about it.
It's not just me. I'm not the only one thinking that.
No, it was nuts last year. And it was just nuts. In 2022 is going to be even more nuts.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And here's something I want to add for our subscribers too, is that So just so everybody knows, so this isn't some kind of get rich quick scheme. This requires discipline and hard work, and really the hard work is just being disciplined to following our trades and our trades only, and not being a cowboy and doing your own thing. Because the subscribers that we find have success are the ones that just take our trades. We text you to buy, we text you to sell, or we text you key levels if you are trying to be a cowboy, but we advise against being a cowboy unless you're already a professional. And the way that we come up with our trades is we have artificial intelligence that uses machine learning with artificial neural networks. And we have two sources for that. And what they essentially do is they take all the historical data for prices and whatnot, and then they re-upload it, and they do their thing, and they figure out a ballpark of where the price is going to be, and it's spooky accurate. Now, the one that we use, it's typically off, but it gives us an accurate direction of which way Bitcoin is going to go with greater than 90% probability. Sometimes there's a delay of up to 7 days or so before it actually hits the price that it forecasts. But our other main tool, we can kind of predict a couple days out of what the price range is going to be. So, for example, we guarantee, we promise you that within 24 to 36 hours, we're going to see 43,800 or less. Guarantee. We'll give you a free month membership if this doesn't happen. That's how sure we are. Now, if Bitcoin holds 43,000 in the next 36 hours, that's super bullish. And next week is just going to be unbelievable. And back to the point of, who we are and what we do. So not only do we have the regular trading service in which we text you the buy and sell alerts, we suggest them. We're not financial advisors, so we're not going to tell you what to do with your money. If you want that, you need to go seek a licensed financial advisors, because we are not licensed financial advisors. We also offer it's kind of in beta mode, an options service. It's focused on Bitcoin options, which there's a BITO. It's called BITO. It's a Bitcoin ETF, which trades futures contracts. However, the price correlates with the movement of Bitcoin. So Chris can post, and I've posted the results from that. Just yesterday, subscribers made up to 122% off of our BITO call. We did have a loser today. We're not going to lie. I mean, nothing is 100%. And as we said, this isn't some get rich quick scheme, but our accuracy is very high. Typically, it's in the upper 80s. Isn't that about what it is?
Yeah, 89%. And I need to do a new video that actually just kind of goes over outside of options. When it comes to the trades, there was a alert that totally was a buy alert, and it was going right up against resistance. Though we sent out that buy alert, and I knew what was going to happen, but at the same time, every time I challenge the algorithm, I lose big, and I'm in the moment. I'm only ever right about 20% of the time in the moment, whenever I disagree with it. But that's the point of the algorithm. We're not trying to call the exact dollar high and the exact dollar low. That's not how to trade. You will lose your butts trying to catch a falling knife. You'll get cut, right? When the price is dropping, you'll get cut trying to catch a falling knife. and you'll get burnt trying to catch an exploding rocket when the trying to get that exact top. But it was back here. It was last week. A buy alert got sent out, and then it just tanked. Everybody who took that trade right away, but still set the stop loss, they got underwater right away. But I looked at it. I looked at the chart. 2 days, no, 1.5 days later, 1.5 days later, that was the prelude to the big move up to 45,000. So the algorithm was right. It's just you have to compare what is right compared to your patience or your urgency, and that's why we now use three. I think you said three algorithms overall.
We've got two main ones, and then we've got the world's best technical analysis expert right here, and Mr. Chris Sayer. So that's our three sources. We've got two sources of artificial intelligence. Again, the one predicts the price to the dime, but we only use that one to predict the direction, essentially. And then the other one is the one that uses artificial learning with the neural networks, and then that allows us to have a high degree of accuracy with our trades. And typically, as Chris said, I mean, if you go back and you look at all the trades since 2021, the algorithm is never wrong. There's user error, but typically, if anything, there's always that opportunity to take profit over 1%. It just depends on how greedy you are. I mean, if you're trying for 3% gain and you only got a 1.2% gain before it went red and then stopped you out, well, that's not our fault. I mean, you had the opportunity to take the profit. So that's, and we run into that ourselves. I mean, I don't always get out of the trade at the ideal time, and neither does Chris, but that's user error. Yeah. I mean, again, that's not us following the system because, again, it requires discipline. Mm-hmm. But for anybody that's disciplined, they're going to have a lot of success with this.
Right. Yeah. I definitely, I don't want anybody from another country who's allowed to use 100x leverage to use our service. I don't want them. That is, you can pay an extra 100 a month to really just get my TA levels, the algo alert, and I say, here you go, good luck. But no, bear in mind, there are some trades I would have absolutely taken on 100x leverage, paired with the key levels. Oh yeah. For today, for example, I texted out probably the longest text alerts possible, 3 of them today. 3 of them. I won't even read them because they're so long. I was basically saying what the key levels were and to just kind of bear in mind a few things, but here's the overall alert. And that's come a long way because it used to be buy alert, here's the price, here's a stop loss, have at it. But then there are cowboys, and we've just had to face that reality. There are cowboys in traders, and they get really disappointed in their, lack of faith. Like, oh no, I'm underwater. What do I do? Well, you wait. They don't nobody wants to hear that. I don't want to hear that sometimes. I want the level that I've marked out here to get tapped so I can, double check it with the volume, make sure it looks good, and then enter in manually. But it is what it is.
And, going back to our service, so we have the basic service, which is just the buy and sell alerts texted to your phone, and then plus Chris's TA texted if you want to be a cowboy and you're trying to take your own trades. then the option service is a separate service, and it's in beta mode, as I said, but it primarily focuses on BITO call and put options trades. Nothing fancier than that. We are going to throw in some other non-Bitcoin option trades, just because we typically only like to trade BITO twice a week, because that ensures the highest probability of winning the trade. It's less is more. Just remember that less is more. You're not going to make more money by doing a lot more trades.
That's how I lose my gains, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Me too.
Right. It's like, oh, I made an extra 12%. I'm going to get hyper aggressive now.
Yeah.
I'm going to
and
trade
give
this,
it back.
Yeah, I'm going to
the
trade
Bitcoin
this.
God.
Yeah, I'm going to trade this level without any confirmation of it.
But yeah, just so subscribers know too, with the success that we have been having and the success of our subscribers, and with the inflation going on right now, we did raise the price, and we gave a lot of warnings that we were going to raise the price. And, some took us up on it, and they're going to be permanently grandfathered in at the price that they paid when they signed up.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody else, and anybody who was a member but cancel for whatever reason, if they decide to join again, they're going to have to pay the new price. But we do have some specials going on. If you buy both services, you'll get a cheaper rate. And we highly recommend both services, because if you're trading BITO options, that's like trading Bitcoin 50x leverage. I did the math to figure out what the gains were, because just as an example, BITO trade yesterday, because it is 50x leverage with options, you don't want to, unless you're really swinging for the fences, you don't want to throw a ton at the trade, even as accurate as we are, because there's, I'll get back to that point, but there's things that can happen. So just as an example, so I threw, I don't know, $100 at the BITO trade yesterday, and I doubled my money in a day. Now we had a BITO trade going on today. It wasn't as high probability as yesterday, but it still had a high enough probability that we were going to take it. Because we knew, based on the algorithm and based on TA, that Bitcoin is going to pull back within 24 to 36 hours. But that's the problem when you're trading options, is that whatever price move that you're predicting, it has to occur between the hours of 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So the BITO puts that we had today, they were 27.50s. I think the price closed 27.80 or something. And it was trying to puke at close. It just ran out of time. It's going to puke over the weekend. But they're expired now. But that's the risk you take with the possible, doubling your money in a day. Or we've seen, a 2,000% gain in a day. But typically with the BITO options, you're either going to lose everything for that trade, or you're going to make 150% to 300% on average. That's typically the norm. The 2,000 or 3,000%, that's rare. So we definitely recommend the option service. And like we said, we're going to be throwing in some other options trades besides BITO. But, for those that are risk adverse, we recommend trading 5x leverage with Kraken, or you can do 10x on KuCoin. We haven't looked into that, but we do have a subscriber who uses KuCoin and trades 10x. if you're risk averse, you can also use Coinbase. We'd give you a higher stop loss if you're using Coinbase because we have to use smaller stop losses trading on 5x leverage on Kraken because otherwise your account will get wiped out if the trade goes against you. Because the thing is even if the price does end up going up and we ended up being right with our tools, the problem is that in the meantime, the market makers could drag you through the mud and stop you out.
Right.
Well, you got to be mindful of risk.
Yeah. And I think that's the reason why we've really included the levels in the text lately is because, our subscribers are using leverage, you know, and that's, I mean, even Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank is rich and he's got the biggest experts in the world. So, that, as far as he knows, by his side, financial advisors by his side, and even he says, "Don't use leverage. If that thing goes south, those the exchanges will slaughter you." So he himself never uses leverage. He's got the money to take conservative gains predictably, and so anyone using leverage, they basically, I think they need to spend another 100 a month and you know uh, get nurtured in being taught how to trade well, specifically from us, so that there are key levels that are going on when there's an algo alert. And sometimes, Brian, I will see that alert, and I made a rule for myself. I don't ever long into resistance anymore. I just don't do it, even when the algo tells me to. Well, the algo doesn't know, but if I know that that's a level, I just don't do it. And I found that I've lost out on less money. I'm not saying the algo is wrong because the algo is always right in the end, but by making a boundary for myself, I lost less money than I used to. I used to have no boundaries. I lost a lot of money, and so once that once the trade would go down enough to a level that I liked, I would jump in, and most of the time that algo is just launching into outer space, and I'm like, that is amazing because in technical analysis, you still don't know if it's going to fail through or not. But I would take those levels without confirmation because I was trusting the algo to be right. And 9.5 times out of 10, like the algo is right at that immediate timing. So even in my impatience, I know how to use both. But for those who love to trade conservatively, they will sweat. Not they just won't sweat at all, and they'll just really enjoy the service. Um, so that's my take on that.
Yeah, and you know, if you just keep it simple, stupid, as the saying goes,
Yeah.
just follow the alerts.
Yep.
If you're a paying subscriber and we text you to buy, buy and then set a take profit. Don't be greedy. Just consistently do that, and you're going to be profitable. If you don't do that, you're probably not going to be profitable. But with our artificial intelligence and Chris's TA, it's a great product. And, we have subscribers who have been with us for a long time, and they're just killing it because otherwise they wouldn't subscribe to our service.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Uh, like, yeah. If you have time, Brian, I'd love to show you on Google Present here um, the exact trade that longed into resistance. Um, it was your least favorite trade, like late, basically, it was a couple of days ago, essentially. I don't know if this was your least favorite trade, but there was basically last week had the same thing that happened just a couple of days ago. I'd love to show you if you're up for it.
Yeah, let's see it.
Okay, I'll present here.
I'm curious, what's showing up on the screen right now? In
Your
the Bitcoin
face
chart?
really, basically what you see on your screen, just trade our faces.
Because when I go on to YouTube, it looks like we have a Bitcoin chart streaming.
Oh, we do?
Yeah,
Oh, geez. Okay. Um, is it moving around?
the mouse is moving. This, yeah, the mouse, the scroll,
Oh,
the pointer.
that's oh, that's so weird because you and I are having a completely different YouTube live experience. Oh, okay.
Really?
Oh, I see now. It's oh, whenever I look at a window, it follows me. Okay. All right, well, then I don't need to do a Google presentation. I'm already because that's OBS Studio. Duh. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna circle right around this peak right here.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab another beer for our Bitcoin and beer presentation.
Yes. All right. Beers and Bitcoin. All right. Sure, it was this one. No, 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 no. Here. There it is. Yep.
All right. So now I have a Stone Delicious IPA. I don't know if can anybody see this live, or are we just looking at the screen?
Hold on. I'll go right back to us. Here we go. All right, man. You are on.
All right. So Stone Delicious IPA.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. So I found the trade. Okay. So um, what's funny was I'm pretty sure I texted you right after this alert. So this was back March 20. Nope, just before March 21st. So March 20th, we had an alert, and so part of me, I really remember this being actually in the morning time. I could look it up, but I'll just trust it. Um, and March 20th, what I recall was there was an alert in the late morning, and it was a buy alert, and the price was like right here where my hand cursor is in the green candle. Can you see that?
Um,
The green candle right below these four golden lines here, right here.
okay.
So we had a buy alert, and I was like, "Uh-oh, this is going into like a key level," because it had just dipped down and it had just exploded back up. Like we're talking like, okay, what was it? From 41.3 it just exploded up to 41.7 like a behemoth, ready to just blast up like we were expecting. Pretty much, we were expecting this level up here at 43.2. That's for darn sure. The algorithm, I'm pretty sure, was just probably going crazy nuts, with expecting. Because that's the thing about the algorithm, it'll be a couple days out. One of the algorithms, right?
Yeah.
Right. So look what happened. By it's exploding up, and we're expecting this level of like 43 to actually probably even 44 at the time. I remember. And so, but as it exploded upward, without going into about 30 minutes of TA of why I think that level will fail this time, I was like, this is going to fail. So the alert came just below the golden levels here. And then of course, we texted a stop loss. And so 41.7, 41.6 actually, bounced off the 41.7, and then it just began its, several hours long tirade down to another key level. These pairs of levels here, the cyan algo wave levels. I was studying these levels at the time, trying to figure out them, because if I had every Fibonacci line on here, my screen would just be full of rainbow colors all the way across. And I'd just be like, you see that level? I'm like, no, it just seems like confirmation bias. Pick a level and look at that bounce. So I had to simplify it into key levels that cause. And so there is a statistical percentage based level off of every primary move from a low to a high or a high to a low that the price will explode off of. And anybody looking at this chart right now has already seen this as a pattern. Any horizontal line that you see drawn, there's an explosive move off of. Am I right? Explosive move and then retested moves. That's my cat. And so anyway,
Cat says you're right.
right. So anyway, what happened was it comes down. I saw this level down here. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I took the stop loss at what was around, I think, 1% below that. I got stopped out, whatever. And then I saw this level at the greens, the little skinny pairs of greens, horizontals coming around right here. I didn't even take that trade because I didn't think that was going to even do a 1% bounce. Turns out that I was right. It did do a bounce. It didn't. It barely just did under 1% of a bounce, and it came down here, and it was totally going to wick test this key level I was looking at. I sure as definitely did take that long right there. But that's the thing. I couldn't text that out because it's just it's such a nimble practice to catch every trade.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got
to be on your toes.
Yeah, so all our subscribers, they're working, they're sleeping, they're arguing with their kids and their spouse, their mother,
their wife.
They're arguing with their mother, their father, their brother, their sister, their boss. There's just so
their wife or their girlfriend or their boyfriend.
Yeah, there's so much going on in a day. We can't just text out. Like, if I texted every possible trade, people would just be frustrated that they can't get to that trade. Then they'll yell at that at their relationship, that their boss or I missed out on a trade because of this drama. you know, and then later we're subpoenaed to show up as witnesses to their conflict cases. Anyway, so I took this long because I expected a full swing failure pattern up to that level. That was a beautiful take profit, by the way. And also is a beautiful short to take as well. And so I was seeing this going on, like, okay, this level is going to bounce up. So I took profit at this level. It was about 1%. What does it do? I see it go under and then come back up. I'm like, it's going to it's gonna reject off that thing, and then before I could even make the thing, poof, it just goes. I'm like, never mind, I'm not gonna chase it. So anyway, the point is, there is an alert here at 41.6 ish. I know it. I know the alert wasn't for 41.7. It was just underneath this resistance right here, and just look, exactly 1 day and a half. It had already established, if you're underwater and not freaking out, if I were to draw a trend line here, oh, come on, where's my trend line? Right, okay, let's draw a trend line. If I draw a trend line here, too many lines. Basically, it's not letting me go lower. If you just draw a trend line underneath these lows right here, you're going to see a diagonal that is definitely showing you signs of bullishness, to where if someone just waited a day and a half, that alert price returned and then launched from 41.6-ish all the way up to 43.3 for a 3% gain.
And that's, something I want to add is that, so our artificial intelligence, it can weed out,
Noise.
the scariness in the
Right.
trading, because to what Chris is talking about, most people, and we were kind of thinking about it, we wanted to bail on the trade when it was going down, but our artificial intelligence was on a green signal, which means that it doesn't matter if it goes down, it's still alive.
Yep.
It is alive until it turns red, and it saved us from being shook out.
Yeah. Yeah. One of my favorite tweets by Elon Musk is a very short tweet. He said he had some sort of diamond symbol, and he just wrote diamond hands, and that's all he wrote. It could have been about Dogecoin. It could have been about I forget what it was, but basically there was some sort of coin that suffered, and anybody who waited it out, they do so because they know the levels. They know that price goes not in a straight line, and it eventually gets to where the key expert strategists know it's going to go. And he just simply wrote diamond hands. So you can have jello hands or you can have diamond hands. And so, yeah. I mean, so that's that. These alerts, I mean, to the conservative trader, these these trades are basically 100%. And if I were
Oh,
to
absolutely.
yeah, if I were to calculate the percentage loss, 41.6 all the way down to absolute punishment of 40.5, that is 41.6. That's an $1,100 price loss. So at $410 as 1%, we're talking about 2.6%. So 5x leverage and being underwater, you won't get you. I mean, you might get them. I don't think you'll get a margin call, but at 10x leverage times 2.6%, you're looking at a 26% loss in the eyes of the exchange, and I don't think they'll liquidate you even at negative 26%, right?
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
exchange will liquidate you. It won't let you get up to minus 26%. It'll get you well before that if you're leveraged.
Okay. Right.
It'll get you at it'll get you by 20%.
Yeah. 20. Okay. So yeah. So I remember seeing that that's why we have the stop losses, because you know you can. For me personally, I learned this in risk management, and that is, yeah, I can watch it go down, but I'd rather lose 1% plus fees to be and be wrong, and watch it go down for free instead of lose everything and pay tuition.
Pay tuition, the skyrocketing cost of tuition. Sacrifice to the Bitcoin gods.
Right, yes, absolutely. And we're not laughing because we find people losing money is funny. We're laughing because we've been there.
Exactly. Now, here's another point, too, that plays off of what Chris just said. Now, if you're doing the option service, there's no margin calls on that. So, as an example,
Oh, nice.
when we did the beetle calls the other day, initially it was a very scary trade. The only reason I knew it would be okay is because we were on a green signal for our artificial intelligence. So even though it was going down and it looked like it was going to puke and was in no man's land, it really wasn't. It was still a solid trade. So it actually got down as low as minus 35% on your initial investment. However, because the artificial intelligence said it was a safe trade, um, I held on. Our subscribers held on, and we were even generous, and we posted the live trade alert on our Twitter account. If somebody wants proof that it was there, we can provide proof. Um, but yeah, that trade ended up. I sold it for 122% profit. So it went all the way from minus 35% to plus 122%. The beauty, though, is that there's no margin call on that.
Huh. Gotcha. So if you got bloodlust for high leverage, take the options, huh?
Yeah, if you get a high pain tolerance and a high pain tolerance.
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh man.
Tell you what, though, after you chase those 400% gains, you won't go back. Then it's like,
Yeah.
What? A 2% gain that's maybe 10% with leverage? It's still good. I mean, I still trade both our option service plus our regular Bitcoin trading signals on Kraken 5x leverage. And, honestly, the safer way is just to do the 5x leverage because you're kind of all over the place with the uber leverage of the options. But ultimately, the Beto options could be the ultimate lottery ticket, too, because, we've seen 3,000% returns. But more commonly on the high probability ones, it's 50% all the way up to 300%.
See, that's beautiful.
But it's all about risk management. It's all about risk management too.
Oh yeah. Man, speaking of risk management, going into the weekend. So, someone's watching. I think they deserve a free one or a free couple. Going into this weekend here, if I put the chart up.
Free ones.
Yeah, free ones. Oh man. No. Oh shoot. So, speaking of free ones, whew, are you there?
I'm here.
All right, cool. All right, so for one, I brought the chart up to recent past here. Look at the Scion algo wave levels. Do you see the respect off of the lines I've chosen to draw here?
Mad respect.
One text was, it's like flies on crap. They eventually get magnetized to the level, trade within the level, but they react eventually off of these levels primarily. These blue squiggly levels are there because I've realized they're important too. As you can see on the tops and bottoms, they respond off of what's called the dynamic moving point of control. It behaves a lot like a Bollinger Band. So as far as free ones go, it has definitely hit the top of that blue squiggly point of control, and it has not hit the. It's flirted with the bottom of one. But if you're thinking, if I didn't even have you see this chart, what level do you think, you would want to see a correction down to over the weekend? Like based on the algo, what kind of a correction would you want to see? Like a price?
Oh, over the weekend here?
Yeah, over the weekend.
Okay. So I want to see below 43,800. And if we hold 43,000, that's uber bullish for Bitcoin. And next week's going to be a good week for the bulls. If we break 43,000, then that's going to signal the beginning of a new downtrend, which means that this was all just a bull trap. But honestly, my gut is telling me, along with clues from the artificial intelligence, that things are really heating up. And I mean, honestly, we're probably going to see 100,000 by the end of the year.
Boom. All right. Which takes me, in that case, if things are heating up, then the key levels of it, there's going to be a key bounce. If it retraces, I'm telling you right now, there's going to be a key bounce that's worth a good swing. So, yeah, bull trap, but also a really good swing trade. I have here on the very left of my screen, from 41, from 37.7 to, or also even a nice good swing trade late long would have been also 41.8 here. As it has, when it tapped that, it just really began its course upward. And you could draw a nice trend line right here. So what I'm getting at on from my last YouTube live on this channel is that there's this one for ultimate support. And then from here, if you draw these trend line guys on your phone, screenshot and draw on your phone, what you're really drawing, you don't even realize it, is this. I promise you this, even you, Brian, is that if you were to get out the technical indicator called a speed fan on TradingView, what you're going to end up with is basically the exact lines that you'll end up drawing connecting the bottoms on your phone. And another one would be right here. And you called it, man, with 40. You want to see below 43,800. And I'm telling you, that's actually the very bottom of the blue squiggly point of control here is 43,800.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
And that's all just gleaned on me eyeballing our artificial intelligence.
You bet.
And look, Chris is the best technical analysis guy in the world. And he's got all these fancy TA tools. Yep. And it just shows you that the artificial intelligence jives with the TA.
Right. It really does. And so what's funny is, so I just drew this latest one. That's your weakest line of support, but it's still support. I think it's floundering because anybody who's drawing on their phone, they should have drawn a line from here to the 43,600 wick level right there. And they'll see that it already dipped right below. See this green line right here, how it green wicked right below that line I just drew? Well, I taught this in the last live video I did by myself, and now the price went below that line, and look, the price touched that line and rejected off of it. And look, it specifically touched the next line below it and bounced off of it. So understand this, since the market makers are trading off of Fibonacci horizontal levels and Fibonacci speed fan diagonal levels, this means if you draw basic elementary lines on your phone, you are drawing a speed fan. And whenever it's breaking off below support, you can better believe that's a sign of local bearishness to go down. It's going to go up a little bit and then go down and then bounce off the next one and then maybe go up and then go down, bounce off this monthly open of 43,200 and then go down. And then these angled levels, 43,001, and then I got my gold levels here at 42.7. And so frankly, for me, I would want to see, since these golden levels are like magnets, I eventually want to see 42.7 get defeated all the way down to 41.7. Or if 43.8 holds, I want to see the yearly open level of, we open the year at 46.2. I want to see that get challenged then, and then eventually come up to rival 47.8 all the way up to 50,000 if it's going to be bullish. And that's what TA is. You pick an up and you pick a down scenario. Back to you, Brian.
So, yeah, I mean, right now we've got the bullish case and the bearish case. I was on the bearish side up until, let's see here. Let me take a look.
Want me to get back on my chart, or you just kind of direct me? Oh shoot, I moved my line. I'll let you find it. We're gonna look at your face for a while.
Okay. So yeah, I was in the bearish camp until fairly recently, until the past couple of weeks.
Yeah,
As I'm looking at the chart, the end of February, the beginning of March, we made money for ourselves and our subscribers with Beto puts, along with shorting Bitcoin. However, honestly, I thought we were still going to stay in a downtrend, and I thought we were looking as low as 20,000s. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we started this bullish uptrend around March 13th.
37.7.
And around, yeah. And then all of a sudden, it just stair steps up. Pullbacks were, and the thing with Bitcoin is that when it starts running, the pullbacks, they're going to be very small. They're going to be, 2% tops. And then if it is 2%, it's just very temporary. But honestly, this is what we like to see, because when you look at the past performance of our artificial intelligence based signals and trades, that is what netted the greatest amount of profit for our paying subscribers. And one thing I want to emphasize too is that you don't need a ton of money to benefit off of our service. I mean, again, so say you've got $500, if you YOLO'd all of that into a Beto call, which we don't recommend, but let's just say you did, you would have turned that $500 into over $1,000 within a day.
Yep.
With our trade the other day. But the point is, and then with Chris's challenge account, you don't need a lot of money. to double, triple, quadruple your money. You can, I mean, you can do it with our guidance, with our signals, and with your own hard work and discipline. You can make it happen. You can have some financial success. But back to our uptrend. So, yeah, March 13th, we started a new uptrend. We're currently in the new uptrend. We are going to get that pullback within the next 24 to 36 hours. I promise everybody that. Again, it's probably going to hold, 43,800 to 43,000. As long as it holds that, uber bullish. Next week will be challenging the 50,000s.
Oh yeah, and yeah, if your phone's still on, it's funny. It was a key algo wave level um, on the YouTube live here. So I drew a couple lines on a brand new clean chart, and so once we break this line, it is on 45,002, and the level is falling very slowly. It's a diagonal going down, almost horizontal. But once we break this, and it's just aching. This is a breakout formation. It really, really is. But there's so much empty space here. It needs to confirm support again to be a healthy chart. And as we know, Bitcoin's not always healthy. But and you know me, I've been aching for the 36,000 level again. And I'm still wanting my all-time short from the very top, which we got right. I still want 26,000. I still want it because I want the healthy chart to be even healthier. But if it could at least just wick through and appease me at 36,000 and establish a body candle at 38, I would love it. That'd be like Candyland for me. But once it holds 43.8, if it holds 43.8,000, that's up here. And the day zoomed out look, if it holds here, that is a breakout formation, and it's just going to just freaking launch. But it needs to break this middle of February trend here that's been established. And if I were to back that up to here, trace over the same line, it's about the same. I was close. So that means the sell-off, the true sell-off began here in basically January 5th. It confirmed right here. This was a key horizontal back here going into this new year. And when it broke it, that was just simply amazing. And I don't want to monopolize the conversation here, but if you guys just kind of look, there was an obvious bearish downtrend. Okay, that's not the all-time high. Down here, that finally got broke right there. Okay. You know the line I'm trying to draw. Right there. Okay, you know the line I'm trying to draw. Once this wicked down and then went up, it broke the bearish channel. And at that point, you have a beautiful swing trade of confirmation right around here at 38.7. So anybody holding all this time, even for the underwater part, 38.7 up to 44.8, that is a beautiful trade. It's huge, huge trade. But now we've got the sideways channel going on. And understand here, this is the anatomy of a transition from a bearish to a bullish trend. We're transitioning here, and this is what it looks like. One more line. This is a free education, guys. This is worth $500 easy right here of an education. Okay, right here. This line to the top of that wick. There you go. And then what's going to happen is it's going to be symmetrical because they can't not be symmetrical. So here's how that bullish channel looks. Sorry, I said one more line and I lied to you. I'm sorry. Just like this was a steep channel here, steeply going down. Oh my goodness. I'm going to smack this thing. These lines are not accurate. I apologize. Okay. But in the same way, the bottom of here connected to the top of this one here, there is your bullish channel. Okay, you got it's shifting upward. I don't know if anyone can't see it, but if they're still bearish, if they're still dump it, bro, dump it, they're in denial. And we have an obvious sideways channel here that's trying to transition into a bullish channel going upward. And that's really all I'm trying to say and show visually here. Do you see what I'm trying to get at?
Oh yeah.
Before, the lines were drawing downward. If I just draw lines and think statistically, the lines to draw are going upward now. And when you say 100K by the end of the year, that looks like, if I just visually estimate this highest line right here, which by the way, that's a speed fan, that puts a wick of 100K at middle of August, 22nd, really tanking downward here, and then teasing that upward growth back to 100K for December 1st. And that is being optimistic, but that is how Bitcoin loves to do things. So obviously that is a very conservative outlook on things, but that, all the moon boys, they think moon, straight line, 100K next week. Like, no.
Moon.
All right. 100K next week? 100. Oh my gosh. Oh man. I don't know about you, man, but we got 4 likes, and unless you and I both liked our post, we got 2 separate likes out of this thing. No, I've switched to Jose Cuervo
There you go.
and Mountain Dew in my mug.
There you go. I've got some Crown and some Fireball. I got to do something with.
Oh, what is it? A&W cream soda and Fireball. That is my that's my cinnamon roll.
And that's actually what Kim she put together, and that was why we bought this Fireball and the Crown, because you put the cream soda in with those two, and it's a pretty tasty drink.
Yeah, it's too delicious. I can guzzle that. That's a problem.
And it's a problem the next day when you're hungover.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh shoot. Yeah, that's yeah, man. So if I even do just a regular trend line, delete this obnoxiousness. I'm not going to delete it. If I just draw a new trend line, simply, this is a popular one. Draw the bottom wick off of the current top wick. Look at that. Let's make this a different color. Yellow. Okay. Can you imagine that kind of a trend line for the top? That that puts us at 58,000 by June 1st. And by that time that'll probably be the bottom of the trend line of the price action.
It's very high. Typically,
Oops. Yeah, like yeah, I should have done Google Present. That way you don't have to wait 30 seconds to see what I'm doing.
2022 is going to
Meow,
be.
meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Yeah, that definitely.
Here's some for our subscribers too. Is that
That's.
just so everybody knows, this isn't some kind of get rich quick scheme. This
Are we still
requires
streaming?
hard work. Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. Hard work is Let's see.
I think this. Oh, I think it might have.
Yeah.
I think it finally stopped out at some point.
Let's see.
Nope, we're here. No, it's live still. Okay, whoops.
Okay.
Yep, we're live. We're still live.
Well, I wonder what's going on. Some kind of weird glitch.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically anyone should understand that we have a sideways channel. That's my takeaway right now. We have a sideways channel. We touch the top of it, the very top of that sideways line I drew for myself, and it touched it exactly at 45,304. And it's not even tanking hard. It's not even being punished. This thing is ready to either consolidate and retrace this weekend or not go below 43.8 and just go upward. So that sideways channel is ending here very, very soon. But that doesn't mean it's not going to go down to 41 because we need a bottom of our channel, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And we could have it tank down to 39,437 and still have a very healthy bullish channel. And that's what I want to end with. I don't want people to be like, "Oh, it's not bullish. It's at 39." It's like, bro, every channel needs a bottom. So, you know. But no, if it fails 39,000 at any point, I want to see my 26,000. I want to see my 30. I want to see my 36, and then I want to see my 26 for sure. That'd be great. Oh, I want that 26 level to be validated so badly. We'll see. But yeah, you should definitely sign up for our service though. You get 2 weeks for free, and if you haven't doubled your money in 2 weeks, then look at your trading, and we'll look to see if we've had enough alerts for you to trade. So,
but yeah, I mean, if you try our service, I mean, we actually discontinued the free for 2 weeks. But if you say that you watched our YouTube live video, we'll give you the 2 weeks for free.
mm-hmm.
And really, we want you to make money off of it because once you see that you're making money and you're becoming a better trader and you're becoming more disciplined with your trades, that will lead to success. Mm-hmm. And you'll be able to fight inflation on your own terms because you're going to create an extra source of income. And again, you don't need thousands of dollars. You don't even need hundreds of dollars
Mm-hmm.
to find success with this. You just need, I mean, you need $100 really. I mean, if you do the option service, I mean, yeah, if you got $100 and you're paying for the bundled service, it'd be kind of like, whoa, I'm paying more than I actually have. But if you're getting 300, 400% returns, especially with Beto, it pay for itself fairly quickly. And even if you don't want to do options and you just want to trade Bitcoin because there's less risk, you can still, as Chris demonstrated, I mean, you can triple your account in a month with our signals. And if you only follow our signals, you're going to have a lot more success than if you're a cowboy.
Right. And that's tripling during a transition period. Transitioning is the most wrecked time period of any asset. You pick it, Apple, Bitcoin. Oh my gosh, when the price is turning, that is the oh my gosh. I just want everyone to know if you got caught up pretty good this past month, you're not alone. The most professional seasoned traders have gotten caught up on this transition channel from bearish to sideways, transitioning to bullish. Okay? So understand that about yourself. Um, and I still managed to triple my account on my $10 challenge because obviously I'm not gonna screenshot my actual account because we're still entitled to a little bit of privacy. One second. Yeah. But yeah, so that's what the baby account's for. $10 challenge. Because if you take them all during a predictable time period, such as a bearish channel, I love making money off of the price going. I love making money off the price going up. And if it's predictably in a channel going up or down, it doesn't matter what the price is doing. I just know long the bottom of the channel, short the top of the channel, I make money. And then we catch the trades in between where people get cut up. The algorithm is beautiful. Whenever I've learned to not trade the middle of the channel, I just won't trade it. But I'll do swing trades, top and bottom. But the algorithm will tell me if it's going to go up to the top or down towards the bottom. And it has doubled my opportunities, at least.
Hey, we want to ask you guys for a quick favor too. Please like our channel. Leave us some kind of a comment. You know, either a hi, or if you agree that Bitcoin's going to see 100,000 this year, or if you disagree and why. Leave us a comment in the comment section. It helps the YouTube algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
And also, make sure you subscribe to our channel.
Yeah.
Tick the little bell.
Yeah. And if you're a competitor channel, feel free to dislike our channel. Tell us that we suck. We could use the engagement. And I would love to argue with you in the comments because that would help engagement. So we're great, and that's why we win. If you tell us we suck and I argue with you, we still win. I mean, it's a win-win for all of us. You get to cuss out a competitor, and we get to get engagement off of it. I mean, it's a win-win situation.
But yeah, come try our service. You won't be sorry. If after 2 weeks you're not making any money, well, you get to unsubscribe and you pay nothing.
Yeah. If you actually, so I know we're enjoying ourselves and drinking beer and stuff, but one thing I want to mention is that last year January 1st to January 1st, if you did $1,000 and you did not take out money for bills like I do all the time, I know it makes me sad, makes me very sad. But $1,000 times 6, 12 times in a year, that is that is that is a lot of money. That's over $2 million just off of our alerts and only the alerts. So I have taken distributions and paid my bills because I've had to. So if I didn't have to do that, if I was already well off ish enough, boy, would I be packing. So yeah, I put that on our website, on our sales page, bit.ly/algobitcoin. That's in the live chat. Click on that, read the sales page. We have the screenshots to prove it because they're text alerts. If we're ever audited for making claims, we'll be like, just, all right, here's the screenshots. Have fun. We're telling the truth. It's amazing. Exponential graphs. Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. When you times 6.5 every month, that's millionaire status from $1,000. And from $100, that means you're at 600,000 by the end of the year, from January 1st last year to January 1st this past opening of this year. So there is a lot of money to be had. Definitely try our service. If you cancel after 2 weeks, you're thinking too small, because if you only have $10 to start off with, well, guess what? Even typically, and I was making sure I followed the rules. I only tripled my bag from February 20th to March 20th because I did take a couple extra trades. I did get stopped out. I did set the stop loss a little bit too shallow a couple of times, and I re-entered. And at $10, the fees, you get my drift. But I still tripled, and that's huge. So understand that if you take the $30 times 6, that's 180. The next month times 6, over 1,000. The next month times 6, that's close to 7,000 now. The next month after that, 7,000 times 6, looking at $42,000. This is what's going to happen. So think small and try to get a free 2 weeks, or just stick with it with your $10. There you go.
All right, everybody. Well, we hope that you found everything informative, educational, and most importantly, we hope that you'll invest in yourself and you'll try our product for 2 weeks. And we'll see you on the other side with our live text alerts to your phone.
Maybe we'll see you on one of these beers and Bitcoin. Maybe we'll have more than 2 face videos popping up here. That'd be kind of cool to have some subscribers come on and join us and be like, hey, I lost out on this trade. What happened? You guys suck. Or, hey, guys, you guys are great. Thank you. Or, hey, you guys are great. Thank you. This is really great. Whatever. Like, this is a community, man. So let's make this awesome. I don't think any other channel's doing this kind of stuff. So You got anything else for him, Brian?
I do not have anything else except, we are going to get that pullback in the next 24 to 36 hours, and how deep it goes will provide us clues with how bullish this next run is going to be. Again, I expect this to continue very bullish, and as long as we stay over 43,000 here over the weekend, next week we're going to be attacking 50,000. I'll leave it at that, but I don't want you guys to think that, well, if you say Bitcoin's going to 100,000, then why do we need you guys? Well, because it's not guaranteed. This could all be a fake out. This could be a one big giant bull trap. Right now it's not looking that way, but bull traps are good at being a trap. And so if you just YOLO everything into a Coinbase or just try to dollar cost average everything. Yeah, in an uptrend, that'll get you results, but you're not going to be able to trade against the TA levels, the algo levels. You need us to know what the general trend is and to hold your hand and give you the buy and sell live text alerts. So don't fool yourself. Invest in yourself. Try us out for free for 2 weeks. Again, if you don't make anything, you just cancel. You don't pay anything. 2 weeks are free. Just give it a shot. What do you got to lose, man?
Mm-hmm. Right. So that is $127 a month, 2 weeks free. Go to our Twitter and comment on any of our posts, and Brian will hook you up with the $97 a month right away, paid right away rate. Okay, so that's the one thing I forgot to tell you, Brian, is that it is $127 a month, 2 weeks free. But if you go to Twitter and you hook it up with Brian, he'll send you, he'll privately message you the link to the $97 a month immediate grandfathered rate. So there's that.
Oh, and what's the special if they want to get the bundle service?
If they get it hooked up with you on Twitter, they're looking at $185 a month. If they get the 2 weeks free, that cart will show them $215 a month. So it's their choice if they want to save $30 a month overall by finding us on Twitter, commenting anything at all. Like, give me that bundle. Hey, give me those savings. And they can start right away without 2 weeks free, but they get that grandfather discount rate.
And one thing to remember is that, the train's leaving the station. Jump on board. You don't want to think that you're going to go this alone because you're probably going to fail.
Yeah, I failed without, Brian getting with me. That's a whole other story. That's a whole other beer and Bitcoin. Good stuff. Heck yeah, man. I got my beer done, and I'm almost done with my Cuervo and Mountain Dew.
Awesome. I'm about ready for another beer.
Sounds good, man. All right. Well, hey, I'm about ready to sign off here unless you just want to hang out.
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
All right, man. Well, we'll cut the live stream out now, and yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. All right, I'll stop streaming. Here we go. 3, 2,
All right, man.
1. Stop streaming. We're still on.